on to the next question, that is question number 8. A biology teacher placed a hen's egg in 3 different solutions. Clear? So, a biology teacher has placed a hen's egg in 3 different solutions. What are these 3 different solutions? Solution A is pure water. Solution B is saturated salt solution, and solution C is what? That is hydrochloric acid. Clear? So, biology teacher has placed a hen's egg in these 3 different solutions. Now, the sequence of treatment and the ensuing probable effect on the egg are listed below. Is it clear? So, moving on to the very first one, that is, first of all, the egg has been placed in pure water, then it has been placed in the saturated salt solution, and then it has placed in the hydrochloric acid, and the result is what? That is, it remains unchanged. So, it will be, so see here, so eggs has a hard calcium carbonate covering. Clear? So, because of this calcium carbonate covering, when it will be placed in pure water and saturated salt solution, so there will be no change in the hen's egg. Is it clear? There will be no effect of these solution on the hen's egg. Now, but when it was placed in a hydrochloric acid, so this acid is going to dissolve the shell of the hen's egg. Is it clear? So, there will be, yes, a effect of hydrochloric acid on the hen's egg. Clear? So, this will change the, or this is going to dissolve the shell of the egg. Clear? So, yes, there will be effect of hydrochloric acid on the hen's egg. So, this first one is incorrect. Is it clear? Now, moving on to the second one, that is, first of all, we have placed it in what? That is saturated soil solution. Clear? Now, see, because the hen's egg has intact shell, so there will be no effect of saturated salt solution. Moving on to the next, that is, now it has been placed into hydrochloric acid, due to which this shell will get dissolved. And after that, it has been placed in pure water. Now, the hen's egg semi-permeable membrane is being exposed to what? That is pure water, and this leads to the movement of water inside the egg, that is endosmosis will take place, and this leads to the swelling of the egg. Clear? The egg will get turgid. Understood? So, yes, there will be change, that is, the egg will get swell. Done. Moving on to the third, that is, first of all, it has been placed in hydrochloric acid, that means the shell will get dissolved. Then after that, it has been placed into pure water, because of which the egg will get swell, and after that, due to endosmosis, and after that, it has been placed in saturated salt solution, and this leads to exosmosis and shrinking of the egg. So, yes, there will be effect on the egg. Clear? The egg will get shrink. Moving on to the fourth one, that is, first of all, it has been placed in saturated salt solution. After that, it has been placed in the pure water, and after that, it has been placed in hydrochloric acid. Now, when the intact egg along with the shell of which is of calcium carbonate was placed in B and A, there will be no change. Clear? Because the semi-permeable membrane is not exposed to these solution, and when it was placed in C, again the shell will get dissolved. Clear? So, there will be removal of the shell, but there will be no losses of salt. So, this option is also incorrect. So, what is the correct one? That is second and third, and second and third is coming to which? That is option number 3. So, the correct answer for question number 8 is option 3. Is it clear? Now, moving on to the next. Observe the flow chart below. Clear? So, this is the flow chart. So, there is a tadpole A and B. Clear? One tadpole has been placed in the water without iodine, and the other tadpole has placed in the water with iodine. Is it clear? So, which of the following best explain the observed result? So, when the tadpole was placed in the water without iodine, it remained in the tadpole condition, and when the tadpole was placed in the water with iodine, it turned into what? Frog. Clear? That means iodine is helping in the metamorphosis of the tadpole. Clear? That is, the larva has been turned into its adult form. Clear? And this is being due to what? That is due to the presence of which hormone? That is thyroxine, and thyroxine hormones formation requires iodine. Is it clear? So, because the water contains iodine, and this leads to the formation of thyroxine in the tadpole, which brings about metamorphosis. That means the larva has been changed into what? That is adult. Is it clear? So, first option is correct. Iodine helps to produce thyroxine, and thyroxine will provide what? Metamorphosis. That is question number 9. Correct answer is what? That is option 1. Moving on to the next question. An experiment conducted in the laboratory is tabulated below. What would be the color observed in test tubes A, B and C at the end of the experiment? So see here, so there is presence of starch and iron. So as you know, when iodine reacts with starch, there will be formation of blue-black color. So see here. Now moving on to the test tube A, saliva plus iodine and has been placed in incubation. Clear? So now because iodine reacts, when iodine reacts with starch, then it gives blue-black color. When iodine reacts with saliva, there will be no color. Clear? So there will be only the color of iodine, and aqueous iodine color, aqueous solution of iodine has which color? That is yellow color. Clear? Now test tube B, starch plus saliva and incubation. So now when starch will react with saliva, so saliva contains a digestive starch, digesting enzyme, that is salivary amylase, which is going to digest the starch and is converted into what? Sugar, maltose. Is it clear? So there will be appearance of no color. Clear? Moving on to the test tube C. So see here, starch, saliva, enzyme inhibitor, incubation plus iodine. So see here, when we have added enzyme inhibitor, so this is going to inhibit the activity of the enzyme present in the saliva. Saliva contains which enzyme? That is salivary amylase, and this enzyme is being inhibited by the enzyme inhibitor, because of which the starch will not be digested, and now this iodine will react with starch and will provide which color? That is blue black color. So see here, so test tube A will have yellow color due to the aqueous solution of iodine. Aqueous solution of iodine has yellow color. Test tube B will have no color, and test tube C has blue black color because iodine is going to react with starch, because the enzyme present in the saliva has been inhibited with the help of enzyme inhibitor. Is it clear? So what will be the correct answer? That is option 1. So question number 10, option 1 is the correct answer. Now moving on to the next question, the presence of a specific molecule in an organelle can be used to identify the presence of that organelle. Clear? So there is presence of certain molecule, a specific molecule which is also called as marker, which is going to mark a organelle. Clear? A researcher has 3 test tubes with organelles A, B and C, each of which shows the presence of one marker as shown below. So these are the markers, these are the specific molecule which are found in these specific organelles. Clear? And the function of these molecules are given over here. Clear? So cytochrome oxidase is involved in the ATP synthesis, and this enzyme is being found in what? That is which cell organelle? That is mitochondria. So mitochondria, as you know, is the powerhouse of the cell. Clear? Why? Because it is helping in the, it is involved in the synthesis of ATP with the help of which enzyme? That is cytochrome oxidase. Is it clear? Moving on to the next, that is next specific molecule, ribosomal RNA, and these are the part of ribosome. As you know, ribosome is composed of what? That is rRNA and protein. Clear? And these are found in the free form in the cytoplasm or in the bound form over the endoplasmic reticulum. So this belongs to what? Which cell organelle? That is endoplasmic reticulum. These are also found in the what? That in the mitochondria, in the chloroplast, in the cytoplasm also. Is it clear? Now marker, next molecule, acid hydrolase, and these its function is what? That is, it is going to degrade different molecules, and these are found in which cell organelle? That is lysosomes. So lysosomes, as you know, these are the digestive bag, suicidal bags, clear, which is going to digest different, which is going to degrade different molecules, and it contains different types of enzymes which get activated at a lower pH, at an acidic pH. So acid hydrolase is present in the lysosomes, and these going to degrade different molecules. So A is mitochondria, B is RER, I would say rough endoplasmic reticulum, and C is what? That is lysosome. Clear? So the correct option will be what? That is option 2. So question number 11, correct option is what? That is option number 2. Clear? Moving on to the next question. Position of endocrine glands are labeled A, E in the given diagram. Match the symbols of gland in column 1 with the type of hormone it secretes given in column 2. Clear? So column 1 is the glands. Clear? In column 1, the glands have been labeled in this diagram. So we need to match column 1 with column 2. So let's first of all find out what all these glands are. So here E is what? That is pituitary gland. Clear? D is what? That is parathyroid. Clear? Then C is, here C is denoting what? That is adrenal gland. B is what? That is, it is located behind the stomach, that is pancreas. And A is what? That is ovaries. Is it clear? So now we need to find out which is what. See, so starting with the first, clear, and these are the hormones which is given. Done, student. So now pituitary gland, so let's start with the A, so ovaries, clear. So out of these, ovaries secretes which hormone? That is progesterone, clear. So let's note it down here, that is A is what? That is first, clear. Moving on to the next, pancreas secretes which hormone? That is insulin. So this one will be what? That is B. Moving on to the next, that is adrenal. Now adrenal release which hormone? That is aldosterone. So this will be what? That is C. Done, student. Now moving on to the next, that is parathyroid. So parathyroid release which hormone? Parathormone. Clear? Parathyroid hormone. So this will be D. And finally, pituitary is going to release what? That is follicle stimulating hormone. Clear? So let's write it down. What pituitary is what? That is E here. Is it clear? Understood? So now let's match. A will be what? That is first. So here these two options are being out. Clear? Understood? Now A is first, then B is what? That is second, C is seventh, D is third, and E is fifth. Is it clear? Understood? So the correct answer to option, so question number 12 is what? That is option number 1. Clear? Okay. So moving on to the last question of biology, that is question number 13, and it states what? That is virulent forms of the bacterium Staphylococcus aureus is a human pathogen. So this bacterium is a human pathogen, and some strains of this bacterium cause flesh-eating disease. Now earlier this antibiotic penicillin was used to control this pathogen. Now this bacterium was treated with this penicillin, this antibiotic. Clear? Now after some years, penicillin was ineffective. Now after some years, what happened? That penicillin was ineffective. Now hence a powerful antibiotic methicillin was used in the treatment. Now we have switched on to a more powerful antibiotic named methicillin. Done. Subsequently, methicillin also became ineffective and the strain showed resistance. Clear? So what is happening? Now these strains are showing resistance to multiple antibiotics, and this is termed as what? That is multi-drug resistance. So these strains have been treated with different types of antibiotics, and gradually these strains have developed resistance against all these antibiotics, or you can say against multiple antibiotics, which is termed as what? That is multi-drug resistance. Now, which one of the following statements regarding development of multi-drug resistance is correct? So now we have to find out of these four, one statement which justify multi-drug resistance. So student, here antibiotic resistance is a consequence of evolution through natural selection. Clear? So here we are showing the example of natural selection, and antibiotic action is a environmental pressure. Clear? So here what environmental condition or what environmental pressure has been given to these bacteria? That is antibiotics. These has been exposed to different types of antibiotics, because of which only those strains of bacteria have survived which have mutation in their DNA. Is it clear? Only those kind of strains of bacteria will survive which have mutation in their DNA. Now, because they have mutation in the DNA, when these bacterium will reproduce, these DNA will be passed on to their, or these mutant DNA will be passed on to their offspring, which is also going to show this trait, and this will lead to the development of resistant generation. Is it clear? Have you understood? So this is completely an example of what? That is natural selection. Clear, student? So here, what is the environmental condition they have provided? So they have provided the environmental condition of antibiotics. Now antibiotic action has been the environmental pressure, and only those bacterial strain will survive which have mutations in the DNA. And because of this, they are going to create resistance against these antibiotics. And because when they will reproduce, these mutant DNA will be passed on to their offspring, which is going to show these type of resistance and will provide a resistant generation. Is it clear? So according to this, option number 2 is the correct answer. Antibiotics helped in the selection for bacteria with mutation in the DNA. conferring drug resistance which were already present in the population. Is it clear? So this type of trait were already present in their population, but now as they have been exposed to the antibiotic, clear, so they have expressed that their property, which is the mutation form. Is it clear? Which is, that is the resistance against the antibiotics. So this is how those bacterium will be selected which have mutation, and the rest of the bacterium will be die. Clear? Understood? So here we have understood all the 13 questions of biology. Clear?